US Tech has already experienced its crossover. I don't know why I should be jumping on US Tech. Should I? US Tech is already experienced a crossover, guys. Do you see that? Just aligning this trend line. Do you see the crossover here? So US Tech, there is a crossover on US Tech. The only issue I have with US Tech is the PD array I have here, but so the PD array, if I draw this, you see that US Tech is actually in the bullish territory, so that's why I'm not going to jump on it. But if you ask me, I think it's good to go, because you can see here we had a crossover. The trend line here is already violated, all right? But remember, I told you guys our focus is what S&P 500 is going to do. I don't care what these two is going to do. Not like I don't care. I do care what they are doing, but the confirmation, the bata of them all, the deciding factor is S&P 500, which is this guy here. So if S&P 500 is yet to take out its trend line, and maybe these two have already done that, that doesn't guarantee that these two will reach the TP. If S&P 500 decides to reverse now and start buying, regardless of any confirmation we've already experienced here, market will throw it in the trash and follow what S&P 500 is doing. So that's why patience is the key. So we're going to be patient enough to make sure that we see the crossover here. Maybe when we see the crossover here, we can now decide to take the best resulting factor here and then jump on it. All right. So with that said, I think my attention is more here on US30 than any other item here. So US30 over S&P 500, but S&P 500 is the confirmation factor that we are using, and you can see S&P 500 is currently trading below this trend line, which is what we expect. So let me get my trading environment ready. So I'm going to open my XNS. Okay, so here I'm going to close every goddamn pair I have here, and I'm going to open only US500. Okay, here is US500. I'll open US30 and I'll open US Tech. So those are the three items I'm looking to trade this morning, and that's where I'm putting my focus in. So US500 is what? it's rejecting that trend line, is rejecting it, but it's still there. So let me see what UX30 is doing. US30 is yet to experience its own crossover. So the only guy that has a good crossover but is US Tech, and another guy that is about to experience a crossover is S&P 500. There is a crossover, right? Yeah, there is a crossover. So for me, S&P, I'll be going for, let me go for a sell on US Tech. No, let me go for S&P 500. No, US Tech, S&P. I'm confused right now. I'm confused right now. Let's just go for S&P 500. That's the guy. So let's go for the main guy first. Our stop loss will be the top here. We'll keep it there. This is about $7. I'll confirm this. Let me drop a $7 there. So the first open entry I have here is the stop loss is giving us closely almost $8, right? Almost $8. And another good thing I can see here, you see there is a fair value gap here. I hope they will use this fair value gap to push the market down. If they violate it, that's not good. How I wish there was a crossover on US30. How I wish there was a crossover on US30. How I wish there was a crossover on US30. Or maybe I can go for another entry here. How I wish there was a crossover on US30. US30 would have been way juicier. And I think I might still go for it. I'll go for a sell here. Stop loss will be all the way at top there. So here is $4. Open this one here. So I have 7 and 4. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have $13 at risk right now. I have $13 at risk right now. I have $13 at risk right now. If I get a loss here, I'll pack my loads and I'll close for the day. There is no need to overanalyze. There is no need to spend more time. There is no need to do all that. All right. Keeping our fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Let me see how US Tech is. Okay, US Tech is also performing nice. This US Tech is very juicy. This US Tech is looking sharp. But the only issue I have with US Tech is the PDRA. The point where price is currently trading is not where I would want. The only two guys that are currently in the bearish territory, and that's the only reason I'm taking them, is US30 and S&P 500. So let's see how this is going to play out. And this is my 2-to-1. Ideally, I like to add an alert around 1.68. I like to add an alert here. So once price starts to get to that level there, I'm thinking of opening another entry here. Should I? I think I should open another entry there. No, it's okay. There's no need to open too much entry. I think it's okay. Let's just ride. Let's just roll with this one. Let's roll with this one. I hope I'm recording this. Yeah, I'm recording it. Good. Because I need to capture the live trading part. All right, S&P 500, be good to us this morning. Be good to us. God, what did I just do right now? Soaked my phone in water. Damn. I hope you're keeping your fingers crossed. I hope you're keeping your fingers crossed. And I hope you're praying. I hope you guys did morning prayers. If you not do morning prayers and you are here and you expect us to win, I don't know what your plans are. So everybody should be praying before they come to this live streaming session, please. So we'll know which one is doing us. Alright, so now we are in. I think the market is trying to agree with us, but there is something that I just spotted right now that I want to point out, because I like to, like I told you guys, we don't just open the trade, we also manage it. And in managing it, we just try to see things that might be of an issue to us actualizing our goal. And one thing that I can see here is there is a gap here, a huge gap here, and it's an important one. And I will tell you why it's important. Why it's important is because this gap was created just at the start of today. And when I mean at the start of today, I mean like midnight, okay? Just at the opening of today. There is a big gap there. So two things are involved. The thing that is involved here is if price is going to continue with this slow movement I'm seeing here. I don't like this slow movement. Forget that we are actually trading outside that trend line, but I think this movement here is very slow. It's very slow. There is not much momentum there. I just want to give you guys an update, all right, on that. So what are the possible outcomes right now? The possible outcome here is this. We might experience price coming into that gap, then bouncing and going against us. That's one risk that I can see in this market. That is one risk. Another risk is we might not even get down to that gap, considering the fact that, what do you see here? in the early hours of in the early minutes of today, because this is the 5-minute time frame. All you see there is rejection, 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 rejection. Rejection 1, rejection 2, and all those rejection occurred just in that gap. Rejection 3, rejection 4, or maybe we can even consider this one as rejection also, because it came into there and rejected. You see all those arrows I'm pointing out? Those are the rejections that happened around that level there. I'm just seeing it now. I just saw it now and I said, let me just show you guys so that you guys will know about it. And let's now go to what we expect market to do in order to convince us that they mean business. In order to convince us that they mean business, what we want them to do is to trade down with volume. And when I mean volume, like big volume, high moving market, high pressure market, it needs to come with force. If they keep on dropping this slow movement, just be dropping small candle, that's not going to do the work. It's not going to do the work, because if they continue coming down here with tiny red candles, there is high chances that once they start getting into that gap, all this buying pressure that came here will take over the market. All those buying pressure will take over the market. So we don't want them to keep on dropping this. I will observe the price action here further. If they keep on dropping low candles, guys, we will be looking to close those positions, because it means that the sell pressure is not there. And we are not the market makers. It's not my $15 is going to make this market move. My $15 cannot make this market to move. Even if I have $1 million, it will not make this market to move, because I am not the market maker. The market makers are the ones that have the capital. They are the banks, the institutional traders, people that trade with billions and trillions of dollars, right? Those are the market makers, not my $15. So the I don't know why it's funny, but yeah, not the $10, $5 you and I is trading here, right? So the point I'm just trying to make is, while we are trading, it is extremely important for you to understand that you are not the market maker. And if you have that understanding that you are not the market maker, it helps you to make good adjustments and the right decision at the right time. Okay? So we are leveraging on price to show us what the market makers are thinking. And in a situation whereby we are seeing tiny red candles, tiny red candle means that it's either the market makers are not there, or it is still a fellow retail trader like you and I that is trying to sell the market. And if the market makers are here and they want to buy the market, once the market starts coming in there, they will start buying all the sell pressure coming. They will start buying it aggressively. And in a situation whereby they buy it aggressively, of course, market will start going back up. So, in order to save yourself the headache, in order to save yourself the heartbreak, it's extremely important for us to observe the kind of candle that price is using to come into that gap. We need the candle to be healthy. We need the candle to be big. We need the candle to come with force. If two of those criteria are not met, I myself will be closing my trade in any loss, in any place I find it. I'm not going to wait for it to hit the stop loss. And as you can see, you see the market, the red candle here is not convincing for me. It's not convincing at all for me. It's not. I'm being honest. It's not convincing, and you can see the ripple effect. You can see what the market is doing. It's not convincing enough for me. But it's too early for us to determine that yet, because there is high chances that they might still want to be doing that to shake a lot of people out of the market. So, like I told you, calm, absolute tranquility. You need to maintain calmness at all time, tranquility at all time, in order to have a clear mind to make decisions. So I just wanted to point this out for you guys so that you understand how we manage trade, what decisions we make, and why we make those decisions. So it's not like we are just here gambling and just making random decisions. No, we don't make random decisions here. We make decisions with facts. We make decisions with data. We make decisions with experience. We make decisions with price action. All right? I just wanted to point it out so that you guys will understand why I'll be closing a trade if I want to close it, and why I'm leaving a trade if I want to leave it. All right? So I just want to point that out for you guys. But in the meantime, so far so good. Price is trying to trade down, but I just want you guys to watch out for that gap I showed you guys. That level I showed you guys, we need to watch out for it. It's extremely important that we watch out for it. Another thing I'm paying attention is what's going on here on US30. You can see that US30, in as much as I jumped on this trade, you can see that US30 is yet to break its own trend line. It is yet to break its own trend line, which is another signal. It's another signal we might watch out for, because I don't see the reason why other indices will break their own trend line and US30 is yet to break its own trend line. It might be a sign saying that, oh, maybe something is wrong somewhere. But let's see, maybe the break out of that trend line is going to occur in this particular candle. I don't know, but let's see what's going to happen. Okay, now I am convinced that something is wrong somewhere, because US30 is rejecting that trend line again. How many times did price try breaking it? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth attempt, and still price is rejecting it. The fourth attempt and price is still rejecting it. That's not a good sign. And at the same time, you can see rejection coming in here on S&P 500. I don't know are you guys following me? I hope you guys are following me. So these are the things I watch out for. You have to pay attention to these details. You just don't come and trade blindly. Pay attention to those details. Those are the fundamental and the technical. This is like combining fundamental analysis now and technical analysis. What do I mean by fundamental analysis? The fundamental analysis here is that we all know that US500, US30, US Tech move together. But in a situation whereby one of them is not moving together, one of them is disagreeing, and at the same time others are like showing signs of weakness, it's something you need to watch out for. It's something you need to watch out for. Trading is fun. I don't know. I don't know why I'm finding it funny, but it's not funny because actually I have money in this market. I'm risking actual money in this market. But yeah, you get my point. The point I'm just trying to make is pay attention. Pay attention. I'm of the opinion that price is not random. I keep on saying it in this channel every day. Price is not random. Before price does anything, it will show you signs. It will show you signals. It will show you data. It will show you evidence. It will show you, signs of what's going on. You feel me? So you not paying attention to those signs is on you. It's on you. But currently, I'm still holding this position because I think it's too late to determine yet. I think it's too late yet. But I want to see what US30 is doing. Let me see what US30 is doing. Did we have a break? You see, US30 is rejecting that trend line. It's a cause for alarm, guys. It's a very big call for alarm. I don't like it. We're already in the market, right? At this point, we are managing it. At this point, we are managing the trade, right? But you see that thing I'm telling you, it's a big call for alarm. When you see price doing shitty things like this, I get a bit worried. The only reason why I'm not closing the trade now is because I think it's still early, you know. But if I close it now, I'll be losing about $1.20 something cents. But if I leave it for market to go to my stop loss, I'll be losing way more than that.